Today we're going to be taking a look at a god tier Arcane Bleed Build, very broken. We are going to be dealing an insane amount of damage just by bleed. Right at the first shot, we are going to be focusing on one weapon. We're going to raise it to the highest bleed damage so we are able to destroy anything that gets in our way. We are going to be combining this god tier build with a different type of incantations, a different type of flask, and also we are going to set the different type of character status to put this puppy to the level that's going to be destroying anything that it touches. So if you like how that sounds, a like is much appreciated. And also, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscription button because we got more Elden Ring cyberpunk videos coming for you guys and lots more gaming related ones. So let's dive into the video. We are going to be focusing on one weapon in particular. This one is going to be dealing, as you guys see there, it has a 296 damage, but we are going to be leveling it up to bloodlust buildup of 96, and we're going to use with the attribute scaling of Arcane B. This is a dexterity arcane strength weapon. However, we are going to be causing so much blood damage just on one single hit, over probably 5,000 damage on just one single hit. And what makes this weapon very special is that it is a standard pierce, but it is a heavy thrusting sword. And with heavy thrusting sword, we're going to be taking advantage of a couple of talisman to make this very OP. The unique skill of this Bloody Helice is the Dynast Finesse, and what it does is it does have a couple of nice moves that in particular is one of the best weapons that you guys can use in PvP, but it's also a very OP weapon that you guys can use in PvE. It does have a trust that whenever you guys do that, you see that is the special skill of it, but you follow it up with one hit, and then after that is two hits that deal tremendous amount of damage, because we are going to be optimizing this build to deal so much bleed damage. You guys are going to be loving this build because you are going to be destroying anything that literally gets in front of you. And to pair this up, this weapon, we're going to be using the white mask. This one's going to help us with an additional 10% when bleed is in effect. And we are going to be using the fingerprint armor, the fingerprint gauntlets, and also the fingerprint greaves, just to give us enough poise at 36 so we are able to stand it and fight. But later on in the video, I'm going to be showing you guys what else you guys can use to be able to have more defense and allow you guys to use this special unique weapon that deals so much damage. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing you guys the different type of items that you guys can use in this build to be able to put it together. Now, an Arcane Bleed build is nothing without the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. This one's going to boost a 20 additional percent with Bloodlust and Vicinity increases attack power. And with this weapon, the Bloody Helice, we are going to be proccing bleed right away with our first single hit. We are going to be just hitting so strong with bleed and also arcane damage. And what arcane does to a bleed weapon is just raises it to another serious level that you guys are going to be dealing so much damage. Now, Dragon Crest Great Shield is going to provide you guys with that additional 20% damage negation. With any physical damage that comes towards you, you guys are going to be able to stand in the fight longer and be able to use this weapon. Now, Spear Talisman. This one is a must because it goes perfectly with our Bloody Helice. This one is going to enhance counter attack unique to trusting weapons. Now, in this case, as you guys see this, special skill that is a trusting, and then when you guys go forward, are going to be enhancing the attack on this weapon, not only with bleed, not only with physical damage, but also with the unique skill that is within this weapon. And how are we able to proc the unique skill of this weapon? By using the Shard of Alexander, which is going to greatly boost the attack power skill by 15%. And how is this possible, you may ask yourself? See, when you guys just do that, you are not using Shard of Alexander. When you are able to prog Shard of Alexander's, when you do the unique skill, which is trusting, and then you guys go forward and you see that, you guys see a shadow glare that glows with the weapon, and show you guys right away. Again, see that? It goes forward, and then it just hits 3 very strong hits that take down just about anything that gets in your way, and then you guys are just able to just knock out anything that gets in front of you. Now, there are a couple of things that make this weapon very special, and that is when you guys do a running attack and you do the R2, you guys see that you guys are able to travel forward by a lot. See that? You are able to catch just about anyone from far away. And another special skill within this weapon is when you guys are holding the running button in the forward stick and you guys are hitting the strong button, strong attack, and you guys will be able to see that you go backwards, and then you are proccing right away Shard of Alexander because you're going backwards, and then you go forward, you're using the unique skill that is within this weapon, and you guys are able to deal that 15 additional percent of damage with just this trusting weapon. And to make this even a little bit better than what it is, we're going to be using 2 different type of Helice, fully leveled up. We are going to be doing some jump attacks if we need to, but at the same time, it's going to help you guys if you guys are fighting big bosses and you guys are using the trusting. You go like this, and then you go forward, and you do the 3 attacks, but you guys are also able to use the 2 different Helice at the same time to deal an insane amount of damage, and also at a very rapid pace, in which you guys will be able to catch just about any enemy off guard. What the Bloody Helice allows you to do is to be able to catch just about anything that's in front of you at a further range, which allows you to use these weapons and able to put a distance between you and your enemy. Now, if you guys are using this weapon with PvP, you can easily catch just about anyone by just doing the trusting, and then you guys go forward with that attack. It's very deadly, and you guys probably take them out in just about that move. Very easy. To be able to push this build, we are going to be using 2 crack tiers. One is going to be the stone bar crack tier. This one's going to temporarily make stands and break easier. With the weapon itself put together, it's like you are about to use 2 stone crack tiers, because what the weapon allows you to do is to be able to break the enemy stance really easy. And then on top of that, we are going to be using this crack tier, and then we're going to push our dexterity, not crystal tier, to help us out with our dexterity and push overall the strength of this build to a higher level. And with this build, we are going to be using a couple of talismans that are going to help us out to enhance this build and make it more potent. And one of them is going to be Golden Bow. This one's going to raise our power from 606 to 697, almost 100 points, making it very powerful. Now, since we are using a Arcane Bleed build, we are going to be taking advantage of the following incantation, which is going to be the Sword of Fly. This one is, you guys are going to be able to use it to initiate your bloodlust. So when you guys use the Sword of Fly, every single of those things are going to hit the enemy right in front of you, and it's automatically going to prog your bleed, and you guys are going to be able to deal just on your first hit with an insane amount of damage, because you're not only just hitting physical damage, but on top of that, we are going to be hitting with Arcane Bleed, causing the highest damage that we can. So as you guys use this build and try to get used to it, make sure you guys are always using this if you are taking out big bosses or bosses that take a lot of damage, or even enemies that are very hard to beat. You could also just spam this over and over because of the arcane that you guys have in this build is going to make the swarm of flies just deadly when it touches anything. And then we're just going to be using flame, grappling, and strength. I would just recommend that if you guys want to go the extra mile and make this even stronger. But with golden bow, you guys should be sufficient enough. And we're going to be using the lightning spear just to use it from a far distance, just to keep foes away, to be able to keep them from hurting us if they're using arrows, or they're from too far away that we won't be able to reach them with our weapon. So as to show you guys an example how this build works and how the bleed works, look, I'm gonna use my swarm of flies onto this foe, and what the swarm of flies is going to do is going to prog my bleed. And so as you guys see there, let's just check it out. When I come and hit this foe, boom, first hit, it's just an automatic death because you guys are hitting with bleed right away. So the more you guys get used with the swarm of flies, the more potent you guys are going to be. And we're just going to use our unique skill then we're just going to use our unique skill that is within this weapon, and boom, look how much we're going to be dealing bleed because we are already in bleed mode, and we're just going to be dealing so much damage to our foes and anything that gets in front of you. Now, to make this happen, we are going to be able to use the different attribute points within the build. Vigor is going to be at 40, Mind at 20, Endurance at 24, Strength at 19, Dexterity at 39, Intelligence at 9, Faith is going to be at 25, and Arcane is going to be at 53. Our highest one is going to be Arcane because we are using that to be able to raise our bleed status, and you guys do not need to go beyond 53, 55. As you guys see, if we take a look at our weapon right away at 53, I'm already dealing at 96. If you guys go to 55, you're going to be dealing at 97. So I would just hold it at 55, and then you guys can use your different type of points on your different like on maybe on vigor or strength and dexterity, just to raise the strength. Final thoughts about this build. This weapon, Bloody Helice, is probably one of the most underrated weapons. If you guys are able to use it very well, raise your arcane and prog that bleed right away, you guys are going to have a very easy way going to AG plus, because this is going to just make the gameplay a lot easier to play, and you guys are going to be dealing just a tremendous amount of damage right from the first hit by using the unique skill that is within this weapon. Now, though Bloody Helice can be located, pull up your map, and it's going to be really close to here, and it's going to be in the Whittle Blood Ruins. After you guys defeat the boss, it's going to be behind the boss, and it's going to be inside of a chest. The white mask can be located by going to the following section. Pull up your map once again, and this one is going to be underground, and you guys are going to be able to get this white mask around this section over here. You guys are going to be invaded by 3 different type of bloody invaders. Defeat all 3, and then they're going to be dropping not just the mask but also the entire set that goes along with this mask. Lure of Blood Exaltation. This one is a must. Pull up your map, and this one is really close by, and it's going to be by a catacomb that is located on this section of the map. As you guys see there, is by the Lindell capital. It's going to be by carrying it by a bloody priest. Defeat him, and then the talisman is going to be all yours. Dragon Crest Great Shield. This one can be acquired. We're going to be going all the way to the top to the Halic tree, and then we are going to go from the drainage channel, go out through there. You're going to go through a huge branch, follow it, and then the talisman, you're going to be able to acquire it by going through the top of the roof, land down, and it's going to be inside of a coffin after you guys defeat a couple of foes. Shard of Alexander can be acquired once you guys complete the entire quest line and defeat Alexander. defeat him, and then he's going to provide you guys with the talisman. You guys don't know how to complete this? Check out the link in the description that will show you exactly step by step on how to complete the entire quest line. So there you go. Those are the locations to where you need to find to be able to put this build together. Check out this video that's popping out right now. It's another insane bleed damage build that you guys don't not want to miss out. Check it out and let me know what you guys think in the comment section.